forward to that? You nervous about it?
Nervous about going overseas? No, I'm not nervous. I don't know. It'd be cool, I guess. Yeah, it's playing a football game.
What have you been told by others who have played over there what to expect, crowd-wise, atmosphere-wise?
No, I actually haven't talked to anybody who's played over there yet. It's probably a good idea. I should probably ask somebody, but I'm guessing it's going to be pretty even, half and half. Maybe FA will bring out his whole gang and they can fill up the stadium. That'd be nice.
Outside of the game itself, how do you prep your body? Any changes in the routine?
I mean, I think you just gotta adjust when you get there. The overnight flight tomorrow is gonna be interesting, but I don't know. I mean, we get there on Thursday. We have 2 days to adjust. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal.
You, Cam, was out there for just a little bit, I guess. Rode his bike out there. I don't know if you got to see him or whatever, but just having him looks like he may be getting closer to come back. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. It was cool to see him out there and doing his thing. I don't know what he was doing today, but it's like I said, Cam's been around helping me out since he got hurt, so it's been the same Cam.
A lot of fans kind of made a big deal about the fact that he wasn't on the sideline Sunday, but it sounds like you've seen him in a pretty regular.
Yeah, I don't think that was a big deal. I'm not sure why he was there or not, but he was there with me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, meeting room, film room. It's not a big deal.
What's he been doing to help you?
He's doing everything, you know. I mean, it's like I always said, he's played against basically I don't even he has played against all these teams in the league, but he's played against a lot of the teams we've been playing before, and he's seen the schemes. He understands what they're trying to do, and he's just a veteran player. So I mean, it's always good to get his opinion on things, how he sees things, get a second opinion.
Kyle, you weren't out there, but this group has played Tampa already. Obviously, it's your first rematch this season. What do you take away from that first matchup, though, as you guys try to get a better outcome this season?
Yeah, I think you try and look back at that first matchup, but at the same time, after playing in the league last year and seeing how the team schemed us up differently in each game, I think you can take some of it, but then you also have to be ready to adjust on the fly what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to do the same thing. I think they may come back and adjust some things. So you got to be ready to adjust on the fly, but at the same time, take some of their core principles with you.
Going back and having had some more time to digest the tape, what do you sort of see as the next steps you need to take? Not losing a fumble, obviously, is a great first step in terms of the ball security. You preached that last week.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff when you look at the tape. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I think there's always room for improvement. I think you saw in the last game we rode our hot hand and we ran the ball extremely well, and so we kept running the ball. And I don't think I was asked to do as much in that game because we were running the ball so well. And so for me, I just, like you said, I focus on ball security. I focus on making the plays when they matter. And I think every week you can get better at something. So,
What do you all take out of the fact that you're playing them again so soon, so quickly? How is that different than maybe if you were seeing them in December?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's much different. I think if you play them at a longer period of time, they may have different players in there because of injuries. Their scheme may have changed up because they may have been playing bad or good or whatnot. I think there's a million different variables you can look at, but at this point, you look at the tape that you have, you look at how they have adjusted to different offenses, and you just go from there.
How did you feel like Dennis Daley played his first start last week?
I thought he played well. I looked at his eyes and I saw the confidence in his eyes when he was out there. So for me, that was huge from the first play to just see the confidence in him and know that he wasn't scared to go out there. And I thought he played well. I thought he meshed well with the O-line, and I think he's only going to get better.
You mentioned you didn't really have to do as much this past week because of the hot hands obviously running the ball, but it looked like you had a better feel for pocket presence. Do you feel like you had that as far as stepping up, not staying as far back in the pocket this week?
Yeah, I think that comes with experience. I think that comes with games played. And I think the more games I play, the better feel I'm going to have for everything. So, yeah.
Has anyone told you anything cool to do in London besides play football?
No, I'm going to play football. That'll be fun.
Do you know Jameis at all?
I do not.
Kyle, what have you seen from Christian in terms of like work, not workload, because he obviously takes a lot on Sunday, but how does he get from Monday through Saturday, like his work ethic in the gym and practice, and how that translates to the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's what you would expect. It's constant. It's all the time. He's consistent. He's doing everything he can to get his body right. He's doing everything he can to get his mind right. I mean, he's the quintessential pro. Like, he was born to do this, and he takes the steps to make sure that he's ready to play the way he can on Sunday, because when he's healthy And when he's prepared and he's ready to go on Sunday, there's not anyone as good as him in this league, in my opinion.
Does he talk much in the huddle?
Yeah, I mean, they don't. No one really talks in the huddle but me. But on the sidelines, he's very vocal. He's a leader, and I've seen that grow over the past 2 years. He's grown into that leadership role a lot. So he's a leader. Obviously, everyone on this team respects him a ton. Respects what he has to say.
Olsen doesn't talk in the huddle.
He'll say his fair share of words in the huddle.
Do you have anything to say after the game? Obviously, shut out without a catch.
No, Greg doesn't care about that stuff. Greg's played in this league a long time, and he understands. Some games he's going to have a couple touchdowns. Some games he's going to have 100 yards. Some games he's not going to have anything. He understands that just depending on what defense you play, they're going to take away different things.
And you've said, Kyle, from week to week, sometimes it's going to be the run game, sometimes it's going to be this guy, sometimes it's going to be another. But as a quarterback, do you also try to juggle trying to get your guys involved as much as you can throughout the course of the game?
I don't think you think about that as a quarterback. I think you think about scheme. You think about it's not really who's getting the ball. It's where the ball needs to go. And it could be anyone at that spot. And so for me, I don't really think about who's getting the ball per se, because then you could get locked into trying to force the ball into something you shouldn't. So, no, I don't think about that.
Kyle, you mentioned that you saw confidence in Dennis Daley's eyes when Reggie got his moment. What sort of vibe did you get from him?
I mean, I've always known that with Reggie. When me and Reggie came in last year, we were both undrafted. We were roommates in camp. We were roommates when we came back here. Both didn't see the field at all during training camp or until the last preseason game. And me and him become really close. And I always seen it in Reggie. I always have. He's just a fighter. He'll do whatever he can to get on the field and help the team win. And when he came in the game, same look in his eye, and I handed him off that ball. I think I was happier for that touchdown than I have been at any moment this year. That kid deserved every bit of that touchdown.
You guys have gotten closer. What is it about him that makes you so happy to see him have that sort of success?
I mean, he's just a guy that's not supposed to be here. You know what I mean? He's a guy that played quarterback at Louisville, and then none other than Lamar Jackson comes in and takes his spot. And he has the strength and the courage to go and transfer to running back from playing quarterback, which I don't think I would do that, honestly. And he finds a way to make the team. He finds a way to keep fighting. And he's just a guy that you just respect the hell out of because he does all that stuff. And then when he gets his opportunity, he takes advantage of it. So couldn't be more happy for him.
Thoughts on the Bucs defense, specifically Shaquille Barrett and what he's been able to do this year?
Yeah, I think he has 9 sacks this year through, has it been 5 games? It's incredible. He's a great player. And I know he did really well against us last time, so I'm sure he'll be in our game plan. I'm sure we'll be finding ways to stop him. And they got a solid defense, They got a lot of good players out there.
What position would you play if you couldn't play quarterback?
I played receiver one time in in 8th grade. Caught a couple touchdowns. I don't think I'd be able to do that right now.
Is Barrett a guy when you kind of line up that you make sure you have eyes on him and know where he's coming from?
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I don't really look at the D-line as much. I look at more in the secondary, but I think he's a guy that you have to account for in your scheme no matter what, because he's a player that's obviously proven that he's going to play really well this year.
Cool. Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks.
Give me a minute to open the door and